Welcome back to Master Your Ash. I'm your host, Michael Prisdale, and today I'm going to be smoking the Rocky Patel 60. And this is a beautiful 6x60 Gordo. Really pretty band. This particular cigar is Mexican San Andreas wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler. Through the first third, onto the second third. The sun is out a little bit, and I was doing a little bit of yard work, and I accidentally dropped my cigar, and it is not pretty. So I'm gonna hold this up and show you what happened to the poor Rocky 60. As you can see, we trashed that wrapper, and we're trying to make it work here with the unfortunate, just complete and total annihilation of this wrapper. So far, the 60 has actually maintained somewhat of its original shape, even minus the wrapper, and I've been kind of burning it and touching it up as much as I can to still get some of the blend as far as tasting notes go, because I didn't get into it in the initial startup of the episode, but this is an $18 stick, and it is the only one that I bought from my B&M, so I'm going to have to go back, get another one for a follow-up review apparently. But so far, moving through the first third into the second third, as I got into the second third, I got some of the almond, some of the vanilla sweetness, vanilla cream. The intensity on the retrohale with the white pepper and the black pepper have kind of picked up. It does create kind of a eye water. So it is definitely intense on the retrohale, even without half of the wrapper on it, which is where we're currently at. So just in general, what I would say, and this is, I guess, a good point to bring up, is that eventually at a certain point in time, you will drop the cigar that you're smoking. It could happen tomorrow, it could happen years down the road, but this is the first one that I have mangled like this in a while. And it really sucks, because I was looking forward to just sitting back, enjoying a football Sunday, and smoking this 6x60. But I will get to the band, and then hopefully it should be smooth sailing. So I'm gonna smoke this all the way up to the band and see if maybe we can get it to correct itself at that point, because I created a huge boo-boo. So I will be back, and we'll get to the last third. Now at the final little nub of the Rocky Patel 60, and it was as good as it can be. You know, when you are dealing with a burn and a wrapper that are just disintegrating as it's burning, you're obviously lacking certain parts of the blend. So I wouldn't be trying to fool anybody and say that I was able to get the best out of this smoking experience. It definitely had its trials and tribulations after I dropped this stick, and it just shattered all over. I smoked all the way up to the band. I removed the band, and the construction still ended up just disintegrating the wrapper thanks to me dropping it. A couple of quick notes. I really appreciated the vanilla cream kind of nuance in the second third, following through to the final third. There was a slight little hint of like chili pepper to it, or like even a bell pepper, kind of vegetal, which I really appreciated as well. The salinity picked up towards the end with the little bit of wrapper that I was able to gather out of this bad boy. And overall, just a really enjoyable smoke. You know, I laugh because of the fact that I've reviewed so many Gordos, so many 660s in the last couple of months. But this one, even though kind of fell apart on me because of my drop, it held up really well in comparison with a lot of the really good Gordos that have been out this past year. The Illusione Privé, the Plasencia Sixto, obviously in that mix of really good Gordo smokes that are available in the market. At $18, this is a great value for the length of smoke, for the amount of tobacco that you're getting, and I feel as though that if you are in the market for that Vitola size, this is a fantastic one to go and pick up. I think everybody should probably smoke one of these. This is one of the better Rockies that I've had in a while. I didn't speak about my previous experience with Rocky Patel sticks because honestly, since the 1990 and 92 sun-grown lines, I really haven't revisited a lot of Rocky sticks. Every so often, somebody's handed me one, or I've been at an event where Rocky's been present. He was at the opening of 8 Cigar Lounge here in Las Vegas, and it was nice to run into him there, as well as some of the local tobacco shops. I know that he I believe has a residence out here, so he's in Vegas quite a bit, and he was definitely very significant in the beginning of my smoking journey. So I point out that you know, I'm always willing to revisit a Rocky smoke, especially once I hear so much praise for it, because he and his brand hold a very, very special place in my heart along the smoking journey for sure. With that being said, going into what I would pair with this particular cigar. Well, I'm gonna have to smoke another one to really dive into it even further, but what I would say based off of the notes that I got is that whiskey wise, this can deal with some of the better wheated bourbons out there. I probably wouldn't mix in too many ryes just because there was a intense amount of pepper on the retrohale, and I think that the vanilla cream sweetness, that kind of like almost glazed donut that was present, would be absent if you had something that was too overpowering. So I'd probably save this for like the lower proof bourbons out there, and the ones that aren't like barrel proof or barrel expression bourbons, along with maybe some of the nice cognacs that are out there. I think that it could do well with. Rums are a good choice. Gins with this particular cigar would be acceptable in certain formats. So I think that like there's a good spectrum for this stick. You know, it's a 6x60, but it's not so intense outside of the pepper. The body on it remained medium plus, medium-ish. So I would say that, you know, it gives you kind of a nice little layer that you can put a lot of stuff onto. I actually think too, with the vanilla cream on it, as pieces of this wrapper fly away, I think that with that vanilla cream, you know, one of the things that I was looking at revisiting the other day were egg white cocktails, like a whiskey sour, amaretto sour, Midori sour, the different sours of the world, right? Even like a gin sour. I think that those cocktails specifically would go really, really well with the cigar, because you have that fundamental kind of creamy component and texture to it, and it can kind of cut through a little bit of that sharp pepper on the retrohale, along with the added benefit of combining with the vanilla cream and bringing out more creamy components of this particular stick. So overall, this has been my review of the Rocky Patel 60, and I look forward to smoking another one of these in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below to help grow the channel. I really appreciate everybody reaching out. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite Rocky Patel of the last decade, or 2 decades at that. I mean, we have 6 decades of Rocky Patel to talk about, so feel free, leave a comment below, and I will catch you again for another cigar review.